Hello, Maria McMahon with you, and in this video I'm going to talk about how you escape the hell of narcissistic abuse. It's a question that I've been asked thousands of times, and I still have people asking similar questions. How do I get out of this? How do I get over this? So I'm doing a very, very short video here for you today where I'm just going to talk about some very simple tips that pretty much everyone I know who's recovered has had to go through these steps, okay? So when you've been involved with a narcissist, your mental and emotional health really takes a battering. And there are so many awful things that you will go through. You'll end up with feeling that you've been horrifically betrayed. You've been hurt, confused, rejected. You might be feeling that you're ashamed of what's happened. You might feel anger at yourself for not knowing, anger at yourself for the lost time and the love that you gave to this person who's now rejected you and dumped you. You might feel anger that you didn't actually figure this out sooner and do something about it. You might feel guilt and shame for being so stupid. You might be filled with fear about your finances, children, custody, about your future. You might have feelings of, obviously, abandonment, loneliness, depression, anxiety, grief. All of these things can come into play. And maybe if you're really lucky, you might feel anger at the perpetrator of this string of crimes against you. So the question is, what can you do to help you regain your sanity and start healing? So I'm going to share 5 very quick tips. But what I have done, if you'd like more information on these 5 tips, I've put them into a free ebook. You can get a copy of that. Just go down to the links below the video and you'll be able to download a copy of that free ebook. So the first thing to understand is it's not your fault. 1000% it was not your fault. There was no way you could have known the horrendous trap that you were being lured into. And that's what it was. It was a carefully orchestrated plan by the narcissist to ensnare you. Now, it might seem hard to grasp this, but actually it was never personal. Now, I know that that seems a strange thing to say, and I can hear you saying, what do you mean it's not personal? Of course it is. It couldn't get more personal. And actually, it's true, it couldn't get more personal for you, but the narcissist has no feelings or regard for you as a person with individual desires and wants and needs and tastes. And they never did. You were merely a means to an end, their end of getting narcissistic supply. And as soon as you stop giving them that, they go on to the 3rd stage, which is obviously discarding you. So it's love bombing, devaluing, discarding. Of course, we know all about hoovering and a whole bunch of other stuff. But the next quick tip is to learn all about NPD, which is all those things that I just mentioned and more. So it's important for you to understand the extent of what you have been dealing with. Now, I've talked about this again many, many times before, but I still get people joining my groups who've only just discovered that narcissists exist. And this is a whole new world they knew nothing about. So if this applies to you, again, brace yourself and start researching. And I've got lots of videos on my channel, and there are tons of other good videos out here on YouTube channels. So find the information you need, learn, okay? And really remember a very, very important point, and that is to know that you're dealing with a mental illness. This person is sick, you're not. So in the early stages, you have to keep on learning because you're only just beginning the journey. But the more you arm yourself with knowledge of this insidious form of abuse, the more you can protect yourself. Now, tip number 3 is to make a decision for yourself that you are ready to heal and that you will heal. Healing starts with you. It starts with you making a decision that is enough, that enough is enough, and you're not going to live like this any longer. Now, it may seem like a massive uphill struggle that you just don't even know where to begin, but it starts within. It starts with you telling yourself that you can and will heal, because you know what? It takes a very strong person to survive narcissistic abuse. Inside, you are, in fact, an extremely strong person. You've just lost sight of who you are. So reconnect with the inner you that has much more resources than you realize. And there are a number of reasons why you might struggle with this, but I do go into more details in the book, so definitely check out the link below so that you can grab a copy of that free ebook. Now, step number 4 is to get clarity on where you are now and clarity on where you need to go. So when you're first learning about NPD and abuse, it can be very confusing. So you need to get clarity on exactly what is going on for you mentally and emotionally. And you might need the help of a therapist to do that, or a support group. So look at what options are out there for you. And obviously you can check the links below, because I have support groups, there's the free ebook, and there are other resources that you might be able to, find through checking out my links below. Okay. So number 5 is to make a healing plan. Now, your healing plan will be different for everyone, depending on where you are at now, whether you're still in the relationship, what kind of a relationship you've been in. It could be a family member, it could be a partner, lover, boss, whatever. So whether you're needing to plan an exit strategy, or file for divorce, or move house, or city, or country, or you're struggling with co-parenting, or you're literally stuck in the relationship and escape is just not possible, there are ways to handle every situation. And I know, because I help people find the solutions that work for them. I have people in my group all the time sharing stories with me. One woman I know had actually spent 14 years of her life secretly saving, waiting for her kids to grow up and go off to college. And she set up a secret life, and she did successfully escape to it. But it took her 14 years of planning. Now, I'm not saying that it should take you anything like that length of time, but that's just an example of the inner steel and determination that you have to make, that you're not going to live like this anymore, and you're going to get out of this situation, no matter how long it takes. And please God, it won't take you nearly as long as it took that woman. So you will need to make a plan and take time to think about it and work it out and flesh it out. But it always starts with that decision to heal. And you'll always need to get support to help you to heal. So that could be finding a trusted family member who still loves you and believes in you, or a friend who knows you well enough to trust and believe your side of the story. Now, I know that a lot of the time, narcissists isolate you completely. They isolate you, they discredit you to your family, your friends, and they point you as crazy or unbalanced or whatever. And you can end up completely isolated and have no one to turn to. Okay. They may also have started the smear campaign, and this is something else that you have to deal with. And they're going to try and undermine you even more after the discard. But you have to decide that no matter what, you are going to be able to recover. Okay. So don't worry about the uphill battle. Just make the decision that you're going to make a plan, and you are going to heal, and you are going to find a way. Okay. Making that decision is the start of the healing process. You can't do it alone. So as I've said, try and find a family member, friend, get a therapist, or get into a support group. Don't try to fight it alone, because you need support from people who can at least, give you some love and encouragement that you can do it. So if you are in a position that you've been very isolated, please reach out to me and come and join my group, whichever group is relevant for you. Check the links below, because everything is there. And of course, grab your copy of my free ebook, which then you have it all there to think about, go over. And if I can help in any way, then by all means reach out. So what I'm going to talk about next, because it's so important as well, is smear campaigns. So I'll put a link to that. So the video up next will be smear campaigns. So if you're worried about that, please watch that, because I'm going to give you some tips about what you can do if you are being subjected to a smear campaign. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Appreciate your time. Bye for now.